Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Red Barn Adventures. Tonight, what we're going to be doing is my big air compressor here in the barn started not making air. Well, it makes air very, very slowly, like 10 minutes, and it might be up to 60 pounds. So obviously there's a problem. I figured out this side not even running. This side runs very, very hot. I'm guessing there's some issue down here in the main compartment. I'm sure I could rebuild it. However, come to find out, this is a Harbor Freight compressor pump that is on a Kobalt. So at one point in time, it was replaced already. So I think what we're going to do is just replace it with another pump from Harbor Freight that I went and picked up. So there it is. 5 running horsepower. Harbor Freight has a couple different pumps. Just make sure it matches whatever motor you're putting on. So this is indeed 5 horsepower. So just make sure it matches, because you don't want to put a smaller pump on than what motor you have. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. I have a couple different connections. First thing we want to do is go into our breaker panel and make sure that our air compressor breaker is off. So that's on and that's off. So that way the motor doesn't accidentally start up on us. Okay, and we can verify that by flipping it on and off. It doesn't come on. Next thing we're going to do is take our belt off, because we have to take this pulley off of here in order to take that motor off. The new motor comes with the shaft and everything on it. You just have to put this pulley back on. So we're going to take the belt off. We're going to take the bolt out. Hopefully that comes off fairly easily. And then we have to disconnect this air line and then 4 bolts, and that thing should pop right off there. Get out the big boy. Just like that. So everything's off now. I ended up taking this guard off the back because it was kind of getting in the way to get that hose off. That's just 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. Look just like that. So we're going to go ahead and unbolt this. That should just lift right off there. So it should be, yep, free now. The one thing I highly doubt the new pump came with is this oil drain off the front of here. So if it didn't come with that, we'll take this one off and we'll stick it on there. Alright, now to open up the new one, see how that looks. Hopefully it's all good. Air filters. One of the air filters on the old one was broken. Oh man, this came with a new pulley and everything. I wouldn't have had to take that other pulley off. Whatever, that's okay. fairly easily. There it is. All right, so there it is. Go over a couple things before we bolt it down. It does not come with oil in it, so you do need to put oil in. I don't know if it tells you what kind. We'll have to look in the owner's manual to see what kind of oil to put in it. This is 145 psi at 5 horsepower. Ooh, I might have to turn that little guy off there because I'm not clearing my pulley. Well, that stinks. All right, first let's get this bolted down. Like I said, when I was taking it out of the box, it did come with the pulley on it. That's actually a little surprising. I thought for sure I would have had to put the other pulley on. Almost lost it right there. Let's get this thing bolted down before I drop it on the ground. So we're going to snug it up, but we're not going to make it real tight because I want to get the belt on there and make sure the belt runs true before we get too far. There's not, these holes aren't slotted or anything like that, so there's really not a whole lot of room to move. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure that it's not like twisted on there any. And it actually looks pretty good, so we're just going to leave it right like that. Alright, so I could not find any Teflon tape. I could find some yellow Teflon tape, which I'm sure would have worked, but I probably would have gotten some comments on how I'm an idiot because yellow Teflon's for gas. But I did find the next best thing, some joint compound, so stuck some of that up in there. We're going to put some on our little fitting here, stick that back on here, put our hose back on, put our hose clamp back on, and then I think we're ready to fire it up to see what it does. Oh, no we're not, because we got to put oil in. Let us not forget that. That would be bad. Alright, so we got oil in it. I need to put my air filters on yet. I put the oil in it before I realized I said I wanted to put this oil drain extension on. So I took the oil plug out with oil in there and just put this on real quick, so I kind of made a mess. But hey, it shines the tank up real nice. So we got it in there. The little sight glass, you want to make sure it's right about the middle of the sight glass and that red dot. Get it right about the middle, that's where it's happy. 30 weight compressor oil is what it takes, which I just happen to have some. And we're going to go ahead and throw our air filters on, which just got a nice thread on there. They just screw on. There's the second one. So before we get going here, let's just make sure we got oil in it. We got this hooked back up, belts on, oil drain plug. This is off for when I flip the breaker back on. It's bolted down. Turn our breaker back on. Alright, so let it run for 30 seconds and we're up about 40 psi, 45 or so. So yeah, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and throw the shields back on the back of this, scoot it back into place, let it air all the way up till it hits the pressure switch and shuts itself off, just to make sure that it's working properly, and then we'll call it a night. Alright, kick the breaker back on and just make sure that nothing back there hits. It does not. So we're all done. There you have it. New compressor pump on a Kobalt 60-gallon compressor. Harbor Freight, $180. Way better than buying the $400 original replacement. If you have any questions, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully this summer we'll do some more fix-it-ups. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. I don't know if you guys could tell this or not from where the camera was, but I set the old motor on the ground. It leaked oil all over the place.